Hello, hello, hello. We're going to talk about being assertive. Being assertive should be every grown-up preferred way of communication. But we find it hard. Why? We find it hard because it's difficult to be honest in the world that we live in. But actually, it's a lot easier to be honest than try to be hiding what we really mean. So, being assertive, what does it really entail? It entails speaking from the I, right? Own what you say. So I say what I think and I say it with kindness. I think it's an easy way to remember what being assertive is all about. Say what you think, speak from the I point of view, and say it with kindness. Although this is a great definition and it clearly gives you the main characteristics of assertiveness, I felt that it needed a bit more. So I've got a bit more for you. So I've prepared another board, which is right here. Good. So the essence of assertiveness is speaking from the I, right? If you start a sentence with I, you're already on your way to being assertive, right? But obviously that's not enough. We need a bit more meat, right? So say how I feel. Being assertive means saying how I feel. So for instance, I feel really tired today. That's being assertive. You're clearly saying how you feel today, right? And you could be saying that to another person. I feel really tired today. So do you mind if we go over your assignment tomorrow? See, that's a very assertive way to say that today you're not up for it. You're being very honest about it. Say what I think. Being assertive is also saying what you think. So I think that this relationship is not going to go very far. What do you think? Yeah, and the other person could be saying, well, I agree with you, right? Which is an assertive response to your assertiveness. Yeah? So say what you want. I want to say what I want, right? I want chocolate. I want to go on holiday. I want an extra day off this week because I'm tired. I want to go for a walk because I need to re-energize my body. So say what you want in a clear manner. Yeah? I'd like to see you next week. How about Wednesday at 2 p.m.? See, so saying what you want and also adding specificity to it, adding details, right? So it's a good idea to add details. Oh, I'd like to invite you for lunch. How about next Sunday at 2 p.m.? Right? Please don't be late, right? So what we're doing by being honest, by being truthful, right? By being transparent, you are setting your own boundaries for others to understand and follow, right? Very important. And it's also an invitation for them to do the same thing back to you. So it's a very healthy way of communicating with other people, right? Okay, so let's go down the list. Eye contact. Yeah, without staring, but keeping or maintaining regular eye contact with the person you're being assertive with, right? Body language. Keep an open body language, right? Not crossing your arms, not looking down. Relaxed body language, open body language, conducive to positive and healthy interaction and communication with another human being. And once again, this will invite them to behave the same way towards you. So it's all good, all good. Tone of voice. Sometimes the difference between being assertive and aggressive is the tone of voice, right? So by being friendly and by being non-threatening, by being kind, you know, in the way you express yourself, then it will remove all aggressive tone to your voice. Yeah. So details, we've talked about it already. When you're assertive, you give details. Yeah. So for instance, let's say I'm giving feedback to somebody. I really liked when during your presentation you introduced yourself at the beginning of the session, right? What I didn't really like is the fact that halfway through the presentation you turned towards the board and spoke to the board instead of speaking to the audience. Yeah, this is just an example. It's a very assertive way to express feedback, right? Without being confrontational, without being aggressive. You're sticking to facts and you're saying clearly what you liked, but also what you did not enjoy as much. Yeah, but you're being honest, right? What else? Empathy. Empathy. Being assertive is showing empathy. It's showing the other person that you understand how it feels to be in their shoes, right? So you could say, for instance, I totally understand the way you feel right now, but I also need to express my own personal views on this matter. Yes, so it's acknowledging the other person's feelings, yeah, but also making your own point about something. Yeah. Acceptance. That is a hard one. For me, it's a hard one. It's remembering that people have different views and different ways of doing things. We don't all do things the same way. We don't all think in the same manner. And that sometimes is the cause of arguments, right? So being assertive is also accepting that people may disagree with you. Being assertive is also accepting the fact that some people may not like you, and that's fine. It's accepting that, you know, there are all sorts of people on this planet, right? With all sorts of different views and perspectives on things, and they have as much right to express them as you do to express yours, right? So acceptance is a very important point. So the list is by no means exhaustive. These are just pointers on how to be more assertive. But I can guarantee you that if you, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you include those 10 points in your everyday life interaction with other grown-ups, then you are more likely to have an assertive discussion or interaction with these people. So, in terms of communication, right? What does it actually mean, right? What does it actually mean to be assertive? Well, when you can see it clearly when you're being assertive and when you speak the truth with kindness, yeah, bearing in mind other people's feelings, right? You are creating an environment of healthy relationships, right? This means it's non-threatening. This means it's non-conflictual. It's honest. It's direct. It's transparent, right? It's respectful. It's empowering. Yeah. So, and as you can see, if you do that, if you if you relate to another person in an assertive manner, you win. Hey, I love that word. Win. I win, right? And most likely, if you're assertive and if you're communicating in a healthy manner towards another human being, they are very much likely to do the same back to you. So they win too, right? They win too. So when you have your assertive hat on, yeah, your life is a lot easier. Your life is a lot happier. There are less conflicts, less collisions, right? Less unhelpful feelings within you, right? Why? Because your interaction is positive, right? It's full of good energy, right? Because you are including the other person in the conversation. You're showing empathy. You're accepting their views. You're not disrespecting them. Yeah, you're empowering them, which empowers you. So there's a flow of positive energy going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth between you and the other person. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing. And you know when you're being assertive, because suddenly if you stop and watch the experience from outside your own body, you can see that it's totally peaceful, right? No arguments needed, right? Because you're saying the right thing. Why? Because you're being transparent and truthful, and you're saying exactly what you mean when you mean it. And therefore, the other person is encouraged to do exactly the same thing. So my job is to go and practice this more, right? Usually I can be assertive, but sometimes not with as much kindness as I should put in it, which sometimes comes across as aggressive. So that's my homework. But feel free to practice and let me know how you get on. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Bye.